Hey lads, it's Owen here. This is day 224 of my series to get to 2k on chess.com. We're currently 1747 and I had a terrible chess tournament this past weekend. The first chess tournament I've ever had over the board, and I only won one of my 4 games. All my opponents were very much lower rated online than I am, and they had over the board ratings, but I think it's a different game and I'm just not ready for it. I'm not as good at over the board as I am online. But that being said, I did play a couple of games off stream, off recording, and I lost a few. So I'm just not playing super well these days, and I need to get back into the studying. So what I'm trying to do is every day I'm going to be studying some chess puzzles, and I'm going to be doing some reading of my book, and I will try to analyze these games, why I win or lose. So let's play just a game of chess today. Doesn't matter what happens, but let's analyze it afterwards just to see what we can really improve on in this game. Here we go. We are playing against a 1744 from the Philippines, and I will play my queen's pawn. Get my bishop out. And he may be trying to take this. That's totally fine. A lot of people like to do that. We'll put the bishop on d3, and then the knight will come out. And it looks like he's castling this way. We'll see what he does, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. And I will put my knight here. Try to get both my bishops. I think. Do I want my bishop here? Maybe I want to take with a pawn, actually. No, let's take with the bishop. Bishop looks good. And I can castle this way. Coming back to here, he has this push. Tick, tick, tick. So he can't do that. Coming back to here, he does have this, which could be frustrating. But if I come back to here, he also has this move, which is very frustrating. I have to come here, here. I'm going to have to play this move up. So let's just come all the way back. I'd love to go here, and take this, but that's probably not happening. Now, should I castle? I really probably should castle. I don't want to castle this way because his bishop ruined my whole structure here. But pushing pawns here is, a really good way to attack. But I think I will just castle, put the pawn here, and try to break through the middle. In fact, I'll just start with that now. Going after this weak pawn. Don't want him to take it. I could push it. And he takes this one. Or this one. I feel like pushing it's okay here. Could also just defend it. I think I will just push it. We'll try to break through the middle. I do have the bishop pair. Don't quite know if that is a good thing or not, but usually it is. And see, like, even this game that I'm playing right now, like, I'm not having an advantage against this person. So it's just a bit frustrating. Like I wanna beat my opponents, you know? I'm looking at this move. Now if I take here, I could even go here, but take here, he'll probably take with the knight. So I think maybe just pushing here seems solid enough. And I can get my bishop here. And the more pawns that come off, the better I'll be doing, because I have the bishop pair. Bishops are very strong on an open board. This is a move, but it doesn't quite work. But this one looks like it might. So I'll start with this one. He can't go here because I take this pawn. I'm threatening his rook. Maybe he has to move the king. Maybe he moves the bishop. I think, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll try to trade off this and then bring my queen in. Looks like it might work. If I can get rid of this, his rook comes up, we come here. Maybe his king starts to move. I don't know. I feel like we'll be doing fine though. Interesting. So take, check, take. What about this move? And he just takes this one. But if he takes this one, I'm fine, because then I have this move. Maybe we just play this straight away. If I capture him now, and he takes me, this is no good. I think I'm going to go here. And then I'll go for this. I don't think his knight can take my bishop. Because then it'll be checkmate here and here. Is checkmate because the bishop cuts off the back squares. Oh wait, he won't have it. But I'm sorry. The pawn, when the pawn takes here, the king won't be able to go this way. To go here, and maybe there's a mate. I don't know. Right, so take. Okay. This move goes after this pawn. Not the most fun. Let's just attack his knight. I'm okay giving this pawn. Don't need it. I just want his knight to move. If his knight moves, then we can go in. I don't know. Maybe I am okay. I don't know. I just I'm very unsure about my chess abilities. Like when I play an over the board tournament and I lose to a player who's like, I think I lost to a 500 rated player. That's really no good. Check here, but then here. And we actually don't have the bishop move. And I thought we did. This is tricky. If I just pull back here. He's looking at this, which is not good. Let's get out of the check and then go here, I think. Because here, now we can go for this. No, I can't move this because then he grabs this one. Dang it. And now my queen's getting trapped. Uh-oh. Maybe I can go here and here. This also gives my queen a square. I think this is a good threat because I can get my bishop in here. And then he can't push because this pawn is pinned. So maybe we can push here and get the bishop in. And now he's threatening checkmate. Can I really not do anything? Can't come back here, it's just checkmate. Can't move the king, that's checkmate. Yeah, lads, I'm just not playing well. I have to go here, and then he gets a free piece, and he's still threatening checkmate. But then my king can move. My opponent said good game. Yeah. Well, I do have a bishop holding here. And he didn't see that. I wrote yes. Good game, yes. Quite an intense one. I think I'll go here. Seems the most logical. can go here with the rook and have 3 pieces attacking this pawn that is still pinned. Yeah, he could have just grabbed that piece for free, but he took it with a knight. If he just grabbed it with a queen, then he could have repositioned and he would have just been up a minor piece. I can go here and here, but I think it's better to just go here. My poor opponent. Completely winning. And then he blunders it. And just go here, and this is a simple checkmate. I can go here if he tries to run, and then checkmate here. Poor guy. That's a rough one. Well, all is not lost. I guess I still can win online games. Still sitting at 1755. I need to study some more because this is not good. I'm still struggling so much. So it says we play with a 65.6, which is not fantastic, and our opponent with a 60. I want to go to one part of this game. Yeah, here. So when he pushed this pawn forwards, I just was only focused on thinking about moving this bishop when I could have played this move. And he can't block the check. He could block it with the pawn, so maybe he goes here. But then we actually just take with our bishop. And so he's in a bit of trouble here. But we're basically not allowing him to castle. We're keeping his king in the middle, which is something you should always go for. Try to keep his king in the middle. So I really should have spotted that. Second thing I missed was this. He could have taken the pawn, and I was expecting to recapture. He could have tempoed my bishop. I have to move my bishop back. He could have tempoed my other bishop. I've got to move my bishop. And then he traps this bishop. So that's the second thing I missed. And the third thing that I missed, in this position, I was really worried because my queen was trapped. The king's attacking this square, the pawn's attacking this square, the pawn's attacking this square. And so all he has to do is just bring his rook over, and I lose my queen. So I was really worried about that. And I thought the only way to sort of survive is to move my bishop, which is what I did. But that allowed this whole plan, and I'm basically destroyed because I moved my bishop and I allow his queen in. So I can't move my bishop. So the only other move that I could have done is move this pawn. And I really wish I went for this, because if he had mistakenly taken with this pawn, then we have a forced checkmate. h5, he has to go here. Bishop here, he has to go here. Bishop back, check with the queen here, and this is mate. So a forced checkmate. So that would have been fantastic. If he had taken with this pawn, then I would have just moved my bishop here and gone after this one. And now I'm not really worried about him trapping me, because let's say he tries to trap me, I just take here. And I'm actually have a forced checkmate in 8. So that's the next thing that I sort of mucked up. I definitely miss a lot in these games. On Saturday this week, I will be posting my first tournament that I've ever played, which was just this past weekend. And I'll go through the 4 games with you guys. It'll be a different kind of video, but I am excited to have different kind of content on this channel, and I will be trying to do more over-the-board tournaments in the future. I just think it's a completely different game. The time, we had 50 minutes and 5 seconds of move, so that kind of allowed my opponents to think a ton, and I was just moving kind of quickly. I definitely learned a few things from the tournament, so I'm looking forward to talking about that in the video, but I do kind of doubt myself a lot of the time with this series and thinking that I'm a 1700 and then I can't beat a 1000 rated player, or even other 1700s at times like this guy. I should have lost this game. He had a forced checkmate. He just mucked it up. But yeah, I really need to improve. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to be reading my Reassess Your Chess book, which I've already read quite a big amount of it, but I want to finish it. And I also want to do some puzzles with my puzzle book that I've got, my woodpecker book. And the way I'm going to do those puzzles is I'm actually going to set it up. You can't really see right over here in my camera. That's a chessboard over there in my room. And I can set the positions of the puzzle up on the board. And that way I think I can train myself to look at an actual chessboard, which is what I was having to do in the tournament this past weekend. Yeah, I'm going to try to improve, lads. Stick with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching the video today.